Hello everybody and welcome to PSGL F5. We are back for another round. It is in Canada. We are at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal. It is rainy and all the drivers on the intermediate tyres. It's going to be an exciting qualifying for sure, but I am live of course with, well, my partner in crime is back this week. Hello Brendan, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I apologise for missing the last couple of weeks. Circumstances in my own life have prevented me from being here, but tonight I am able to be here, so let's hopefully we'll have a good race to enjoy.
Yes, we're here for round 10 in Canada. It is rain in qualifying, as we can see. I do apologise for that migrating host keep coming up at the bottom. It's coming up all the time. We're going to hope it removes itself soon. But quickly, just before we get to qualifying, we'll run you through the championship standings. Cameron in P1, of course, 38 points ahead of Tactician, 10 points behind him, and 48 points off the lead is Terror Racer, and P4 is Yogurt, 7 points of Terror Racer. In the Constructors, it is Red Bull, Haas, Ferrari, and Alpine. Red Bull almost wrapping up the championship at this point. Gonna keep a look at some laps now. Of course, you can see the striking new white Red Bull livery in play today. It is in the game now for a short period of time. We'll get the intermediate tyre thing off there so you can have some better visibility. All drivers on the Inters. We are currently with Bugatti on Red Bull. Down into the turn 3-4 chicane. There's been some famous incidents there over the years for sure. There's the Vettel incident with Lewis Hamilton, probably the most famous. Purple sector 1 for Bugatti. He is the first real on a proper lap, so that is why he is purple in sector 1. Of course, this is on a man-made built island, is the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve here in Montreal, Canada. It is oh, Bugatti's made a mistake there just as we've gone on board. He's taken the runoff appropriately, but he has made a mistake. And will we pick someone to go on a lap? Terrace will be starting a lap in a moment's time. Will we go on board with him? He's coming down the straight though, so still a bit to go. But here's a lap with Terrace. Oh, some laps going in early. That's Tim Wentink and Topia. But we will go to Terrace now and see what he can do.
So see the last one here. Don't hit the world champions. And I'll see. Imagine Ghost came extremely easier in the wet because you're not trying to carry so much speed in. And braking for the first left and first right. Looks tidy enough. Oh, below through the exit won't help, but a lot of drivers will probably have that. And so, looking tiny but tentative, as it's just exploring the limits first of all. It was apparently a purple sector 1, but we carry to be sure of that. Now, as you, well, I would say the first DRS straight really, but you don't have DRS in the wet. And now we're coming up towards the hairpin, where you can pull off an opportunistic move if you want to, but you can also have a big accident, like Robert Kubica did in 2007. Want to get your exit here right, as can be right, can I tell you, and down the first of 2 long straights and 2 more known straights, and now into the last chicane here. Is so easy to invalidate and so easy to world champions, but it doesn't even with our steer, and it is going to be P5 119.3, so decent enough lap to start off.
P5 for the Dutchman. It is Tim Wentink currently on provisional pole position. He's on a second run actually. He's purple on this one as well. It's Yogurt who slotted in second behind, followed by Tactician, Black Box, Terror Racer. Lakey has just slotted himself in 6th position. So we will we'll see how he can improve himself. That was a tasty lap from Lakey, but Tim Wentink currently steering clear at the top. He's an 18.3 ahead of an 18.9 for Yogurt. Qualifying will be a little bit more spread. As you can see the gaps there, 6/10 of a second. Tim Wentink, purple in sector 2, is also improving. Would this be one of the more difficult? Oh, that's alright, apologies. Hold that question. Bjorn's gone for second. That is a good lap from Bjorn. Here comes Tim Wentink though, almost 5/10 of a second up through that second sector. That is really nice. Again, do apologise for that migrating host at the bottom. It shouldn't cause too much issues, but it has been there from the start. Here comes Tim Wentink, improves on the lap to a 17.6. Would this... That's a mighty lap, but would this say conditions are improving?
Still look fairly wet at the moment, but it'd probably be a bit more to do, let's say, with just getting comfortable with the track. Because obviously in the wet, you usually... Oh, looks like Tactician has rammed into his back of Mark.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, he has. Apparently. On my screen, anyway.
Tactician and Mark are very far away on my screen. Tactician Mark has just gone through the final chicane at the Wall of Champions. The Quebec wall. Tactician is just about to enter it now. Mark has actually gone second, so I can't imagine his lap was hampered too much. Of course, if you remember last week, folks, Mark was very quick on the softs and had an incident with Black Box that halted his progress. But he's looking good again tonight. Second spot so far. Yogurt is purple in the second sector. He's up by almost 0.6 of a second. He does have a slow Hazara in front of him, though. Hazara, of course, finishing third last week for Aston Martin on the podium. Fantastic result for him. His second podium in a row, actually, in the F5 tier, but we'll see if Yogurt can shoot himself up onto the podium places. Finished second last week, and he's made a oh no, he's lagging all over the place.
Just want to say apologies there for mixing up. Looks like it was just probably a lag or something.
Yogurt is 5.7 seconds down on his lap, but he is lagging all over the place. So we could see him shoot up the timing tower any moment. He is lagging quite a bit, is Yogurt, as you can see, but that won't halt our progress too much. Black Box has gone 6th position and dropped Terror Racer down a few. Bugatti is currently 21 second, and there we go, there's Yogurt in second spot. You can see the delay there with the host. I would not be surprised if he does disconnect very shortly, actually. Hazara is in third now. We do seem to have a big delay on the timing tower, and we do apologise for that, but you can see the gaps slowly coming down. There goes Bjorn into fourth. He's not too delayed. He is nice and tidy. Up into fourth spot, almost 1 second off Tim Wenting at the top, so fantastic lap for him. Ferrara is in 11th for AlphaTauri, Fleddy 12th for Alpine. Sick Boy is currently on a lap, he's down in 13th, and that's an even better time for the AlphaTauri. Tim Wenting, he improves by 0.2 of a second. Absolutely excellent lap for Tim.
Yeah, he's flying at the moment in comparison to the rest of the field. And we have the only person who hasn't set a time yet about to come across the line and set a time. Where will they go?
Second spot for Cameron.
Yep.
That is second spot for Cameron, your current championship leader. Won last week in Portugal after just sitting behind Yogurt and then flying past him. He could seal the championship as early as Mexico, I believe, or as early as Japan even. Of course, we do have a break week in between now and Japan, but he could seal the championship almost as early as there, which is quite surprising for PSGL tier, especially with the changed point system. Hazara is improving on his lap, and this would shoot him up a few spots because there's a very close gap in between second and fifth. It's just that mighty gap between Tim Wenting and Cameron. Hazara is looking quick these days. He's doing a really nice job, is the Aston Martin man. You can see the halo on the Aston Martin has changed a little bit since last week. I personally think it looks nicer. I don't really know what other people think. I just think the car overall looks nicer from this onboard. Across the line now, here comes Hazara. Where will he sell himself? Third spot. Good lap from Hazara. Narrowly beats Yogurt and Terror Racer, who has slowed himself up to 5th, but that is a good lap from Hazara. And that's Cameron on provisional pole. Tim Wenting has a rival up there with him. It is the Red Bull. It is the championship leader. It is Cameron. Brendan, are the conditions improving?
Times are for certain. So then, it is really just a case of, well, but if you still see rain coming down, I think drivers are just getting that bit more used to it. There's a bit of a rhythm now to what they're doing, whereas the first lap you do, it is really just hoping for it. You do have to like the conditions.
On board with the key 2, we can see a bit of a dry line appearing. Obviously it's not dry, but it does have a lot more rubber down on it, and that is what the drivers will be hoping to keep in. You can see there There is, the dry line's very narrow through that corner, but if you look on the straights, you can most certainly see a darker patch. The key to actually not keeping to that darker patch, but that's probably a good thing, as he's purple in 2, but he does have a slow Aston Martin in front. That is the Aston Martin of, oh my god, it's Sick Boy, who definitely seems to be a lot quicker in the dry than he does in the wet conditions, but we will have to wait and see what Lakitu can do. Hopefully get past him. So, yep, Sick Boy pulls to the right-hand side. Let's not hope that costs Lakitu too much time as he enters the chicane.
Someone slow.
That is Cameron letting people through, I believe. Here comes Lakitu, apologies. That's P6 for Lakitu, so it's alright. It's not too bad, but he certainly can improve on it. His teammate Marcus 4 seconds down on his lap, and we can see a few people coming out for what I can imagine will be their final mini stint in this session. Of course, in wet, it is not necessarily just go out and do a lap and come in. You can do a few laps on your set of tyres, as Tim Wenting will demonstrate now. He is out for a lap already. Normally you don't see anyone out for a lap with 5 minutes 34 seconds to go on the clock left in qualifying, but there is still people on laps. Yogurt is one of them. He is his internet fixed? We'll have to see. Through the final chicane, not touching the Quebec wall, or infamously known as the Wall of Champions. It is an improvement for Sink Yogurt. It is up to 3rd spot, and there is someone going slow. That's an Alpine. Is that, or is that a Williams? It was the Williams of Lakitu. There's a bit of a stalemate at the hairpin. The Aston Martin and the Williams almost making a bit of contact there. That would not be very good for their qualifying and race starting positions.
Alright, so, well, less than 5 minutes left. If you're probably not out now, you're just, well...
Oh, Lakitu has no wing. Apologies there, but Lakitu has no wing, so he's obviously taking a tip round somewhere. Tim Wenting, though, let's see what he's doing on his lap. He's coming down the straight. He is well down on his time, and I think he's backed off it.
Probably into the pits now, might pawn one last set of inters.
No, he's continuing going. He will. Maybe he is improving the lap, and I've just completely read that wrong. But it doesn't seem like he is. No, he is 5/10 down, so he will have to have another shout at it into turn 1 and 2. Turn 2, of course, the apologies. The pronunciation there has definitely messed up. The Virage Senna. we got it out eventually. Only a sector later. We'll get there. I've been speaking Irish all day. It's not helped me. Tim Wenting, though, is improving. Or, sorry, apologies, he's down on the time. See how much one word messes me up? We have a nice...
I don't think Irish is that bad now, to be fair.
It is for me, Brendan, it is for me. Entering turn 8 and 9, we have a...
Wenting's invalidated.
Yep,
so.
that's Tim Wenting gone. That is him down. Yogurt is 11 seconds down on his lap, seemingly. I don't think that is necessarily true, but we will wait and see.
Black box coming up to line now. He's jumped up.
He's gone 9th. Yep, he's gone 9th as Black Box. Top, yeah, also on a lap. He can definitely improve from P10. He is not regularly down there. He can most certainly improve from 10th on the grid. Can top your team. We will. But see, can he shoot himself up the order a little bit? Is Hazara improving? No. Is Yogurt improving? We will need to wait and see. No, Yogurt most certainly isn't. Have the conditions got worse here, Brendan, possibly, because there is no driver currently on the circuit improving.
Yeah, you have to wonder now.
It looks like Cameron isn't even going out for a lap, and that's another one gone for Tim Wenting. So he will have to go back round again. He could be low on fuel as well. Bjorn is down on a time. Black Box is actually up, in fairness to Black Box. So he is the only one really improving in these conditions. Oh, no, apologies. He's down now. As Mark has actually improved his lap by 0.2 of a second, so Mark is improving. Tactician is improving by quite a lot, actually, almost 0.6 of a second, so he's found a bit of grip, and it's a purple too, actually, for Tactician. 0.8 of a second now up. That is fantastic for the Ferrari man. We'll see what he can do. Still second in the championship. Needs to win this race, realistically, if he does want to actually keep a hand in this championship. We'll see what he can do now, as Tactician is entering the final chicane. Don't invalidate here, and he has done. That is disappointing for Tactician. He was on for a fantastic lap. Ferreira is down by 4 seconds. Sick Boy is on another.
Going over. That's his qualifying over.
Oh, was it this and next? Tactician will start 13th for the Canadian Grand Prix. Cameron is on an out lap. He will set a final lap. Tim Wenting has started another lap and he needs to just scrape less than a 10th. This is his 3rd attempt at it though, to try and get a lap in. He's got this corner correct this time, and that's quite quick through there actually. We'll see what Tim Wenting can do. It is purple in sector 1, so he is doing quite enough, 2/10 of a second up. But you have to remember Cameron will also be on a flying lap. We'll keep an eye on that one. Tim Wenting looking quick all in the earlier parts of qualifying, but he was beaten and he hasn't seemed to be able to quite pick it up yet. We'll see what he can do. Turn 8 and turn 9 smooth for Tim Wenting. Cameron is he's skating through turn 1. So the conditions have definitely got worse because Tim Wenting is now down on his time. He needs a good last sector. A very good last sector, in fact.
You'd have to nail this last chicane.
This is what he needs to do. Needs to nail it.
Or, obviously, you can go for it, but you could pay the price.
Here he goes. Oh, that's quick. That's fairly good. Hasn't touched the Quebec wall on the outside. Tim Wenting to the line. It's a pole. Oh, he snatched it at the dent. It is pole. It's a fantastic final lap. Cameron Dowds, though, is purple in 2. So he is looking good as well as we enter. Sorry, he enters Le Pingle. He needs 3/10 of a second. That was a fantastic final run from Tim Wenting. Final chicane for Cameron. This is going to be it. Qualifying is now over. Unless we do a desync, but I can't imagine we do. Cameron into the final chicane. He's gone. Oh, he's a ballot and he's around. He's not around, apologies. Black Box has improved to 3rd. Lakitu 4th. Yogurt's down to 5th. Hazara down to 6th, but he is on a run here. Can he snatch pole possibly at the death? It would be he'd have to do a magical job of it. He's got 5th, so not too bad. In the end, Yogurt has managed to get another run in here, so he is on another run.
Bjorn spun and he said he was improving by 4/10.
Tactician has managed to get across the line, by the way. He is on a run. He's 6/10 up. Oh, he's had a big lockup. That's a big lockup into Le Pingle, which is the name of that hairpin. Which I don't know why, but I find that quite funny. It's probably really disrespectful, but I don't know. I'll probably end up calling it Le Pringles or something like that because I'm not great at languages. But Tactician into the final chicane. See what he can do.
Oh no.
He is through it fairly cleanly, but he's made a mistake. And that's him gone, surely. Surely that's not going to be an improvement. He actually has still managed to improve by 2/10 of a second. Can you only imagine what that would have been like? But it is someone dethroning Cameron in qualifying. It is Tim Wenting on pole for AlphaTauri. Started the season so positively in qualifying in Bahrain, but he hasn't been able to keep it up. But he is back. It is pole for Tim Wenting. That is a fantastic lap. Let's just look at the moisture on that AlphaTauri. Didn't realise the game was actually this good. That's fantastic graphics.
Well, the game isn't that great, to be fair.
It's very good, to be real. But here is qualifying. It is Tim Wenting on pole position, followed by Cameron the Scotsman and Black Box in third. That's a good qualifying from Black Box. He is really proving himself these days. Lakitu in 4th, followed by Hazara in 5th, Yogurt in 6th, Topia 7th, Terracer in 8th, Bugatti in 9th, followed by Bjorn in 10th, Fleddy 11th, Mark 12th, Tactician 13th, Ferreira 14th, and Sick Boy a good bit off the pace, unfortunately, down in 15th for Aston Martin. But
yeah,
it's going to be a good race. I don't know the weather conditions, apologies, but we will find them out fairly soon.
Yeah, let me just see.
Of course, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, it has 14 corners. It is a 4.361 kilometer circuit, 2.7 miles. 2.71 miles. It is a sunny day in Montreal now. The rain has cleared and it is all good. It is a beautiful, bright, sunny day in Montreal. Brendan, as I do ask you every week, who is going to win the PSGL F5 Canadian Grand Prix?
Well, you can't really tell, mind you. There's not enough opportunity for overtaking, plus it depends on what setups people are on. They were probably dry.
Can imagine it was dry race.
Yeah, I can imagine that. However, Obviously, some people may have been able to adapt to the wet weather better, and maybe they might be more comfortable in the dry, so it is all to play for. Although strategy will be interesting. What tyres will they go on to at their first stop?
Oh, it's actually a soft starting tyre for Tim Wenting at the front of the grid. We'll get the tyres up now. It is soft for the top three. It is Tim Wenting, Cameron and Black Box all on the soft. Lakitu's opted for the medium. Lakitu with a very good qualifying with the 5th spot. That's a bold one from Hazara. He will fall like a stone in the early parts of this Grand Prix. Yogurt on the softs behind him. Tapia mediums, Terra Racer mediums, Bugatti softs, and everyone else is on the mediums. So it's an interesting one. I think the guys starting on softs and mediums will be going for a two-stop strategy.
Yeah. So very interesting. Honestly, you don't have the would have been the normal tyre wear.
There's the predicted pit stop strategy now, actually. Lap 9:12 for a set of mediums, two-stop for Tim Wenting. Is the predicted strategy by the Codemasters F1 game? Is that going to be right? Probably not. Let's be real here. It is probably not going to be correct.
Potential for a safety car here is also to be noted.
Oh yeah, there is a lot of potential. Hello Cameron, stand in the chat supporting Cameron. As per usual, it is great to see. Cameron does have a bit of a fight in front of him. He has the AlphaTauri in front, he has Black Box behind, and he has Lakitu. So it's interesting to see. Hello to 27 viewers watching. We don't normally get 27 for the early parts of F5. We normally get it for the end because all the other series are ending. But we're getting ready to go on the grid with the Canadian Grand Prix. Sick Boy will line us up in the Aston Martin. Here we go now, lining up on the grid for the Canadian Grand Prix. It is Tim Wenting, the Dutchman, on pole position ahead of Cameron Dowds, the championship leader. We're getting ready for the lights. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, red lights. We go racing in Montreal. It's a decent start for Tim Wenting, but it looks like it's been a good start for Cameron. He's on the outside in the AlphaTauri. Down the inside, round the outside, tries the Red Bull. Tim squeezes the door, but they all look through cleanly. Lakitu is struggling on the mediums. Look at Yogurt, already up to 4th spot. This is a great start from the McLaren man. Lakitu settling down in 5th on the medium. Really good start from Tim Wenting.
There's some action at the back as well.
Really good start for Tim Wenting though at the front. That is fantastic. Look at Yogurt up 2 spots. Yogurt up 2 spots. Lakitu down 1 to 5th. Hazara down 1 to 6th. Bugatti and Tapia team side by side, both on different tyre compounds, but they will be fighting into the chicane, and that's Bugatti been sent around. Tapia sending him around into the chicane, and that is Bugatti gone to the back, slotting himself in behind WSO Ferreira. Tim Wenting though in the AlphaTauri is leading this Grand Prix. As something is marking Ferreira side by side at Le Pingle at the back. It is. Ferreira's got that spot, both of them on the mediums, but Cameron, he tried the move into turn 1, but Tim defended very beautifully, and Tim Wenting leads lap 1 of this F5 Canadian Grand Prix. Cameron though will be on his back for the remainder of the 34 laps left in this Grand Prix in that Turkish GP special Red Bull liveried car. Well, it's Japan GP special. There's the predicted strategy coming up. It is lap 9 to 13, lap 22 to 29 for the optimal 2-stop. I don't know about the other one. I don't really think any of the drivers will be doing it. But Yogurt gets the best start of the lot, up 2, but the best start at the back was actually for, oh my god, a Sick Boy. The man who had no pace in the dry is shining in the wet. The man who had no pace in the wet is shining in the dry conditions. He's up 5 spots on the set of mediums. There's no real battles at the front of the grid, but do keep an eye because they're all within a second of each other. When the DRS comes into play, there will be some overtakes to be made. Brendan, what do you think to start?
Well, it wasn't that surprising. You didn't have that much against apart from Bugatti getting spun around. As you can see, top team and Nazara going side by side there.
Oh, here we go. It's the Aston Martin of Nazara. He seems to be struggling. He doesn't seem to be struggling, apologies, in the hards, because it is him going for the move. He's got the straight line speed on top, yeah, and they're going to squeeze into the chicane. Someone's going to hit the wall. No, both cleanly true. But this allows Terror Racer to go straight past Nazara. He's going to try and get both of them down the inside of Thomas Mengens. No, Thomas defending that very well, actually, really well. Good driving from top your team. Terror Racer will have to wait a few more laps. Of course, in Portugal we had struggles of all the drivers just couldn't get a move on because of the DRS straights, but in Canada it is the complete opposite. It is, oh my god, Sick Boy picking up a 3-second time penalty very, very early on in this race. But Brendan, quickly, would you like to run us through winners and losers?
Oh, Mark's round.
Oh, it is Mark Round at the back. He is not a winner, he is most certainly a loser in this one now. As that is actually Tactician and Sick Boy having a fight. Sick Boy now had that good start, but he is definitely struggling. As there's the tyres on screen. Oh, they've made contact, and he's just rammed the Ferrari. He has just rammed the Ferrari there. Now 3 wide on the exit. That is silly driving from Sick Boy. Unfortunately, we have a scrap at the front. That is Yogurt gone for the race lead, but we have a big scrap here. It's 5 cars almost side by side. Fleddy's really gained from this one. Oh, Fleddy, oh, Sick Boy in the pits, apologies, because of that front wing damage. Tactician now dropped to 14 after just being rammed off the road. Yogurt has managed to get past Black Box, both of these on the soft, so this is on genuine pace. As you can see, Sick Boy in the pits as there's Bugatti out, actually. Bugatti's retired from the race.
Oh.
It's in the pits, mind you, but he has retired from this Grand Prix. You can see the tyres there. We're going to keep them up because it is very jumbled, in fact. Ferreira and Mark both swapping and changing, but Hazara is struggling to keep up with the back of Terror Racer. He will not have the DRS. Cameron, though, is keeping up with Tim Wenting, quite crucially, for the race lead. Lap 4:35 here. But apologies, I would let you get cut in there, Brenda, but the key 2's going for a move on Black Box. Black Box is struggling on these softs because Lakitu's on the mediums. Black Box was just passed by Yogurt this lap on the set of softs. He's 1.5 seconds behind, so he's really struggling. Might have made a mistake and lost a bit of a front wing because here comes Lakitu. That's a fantastic overtake from Lakitu. Really well done. Yep, Black Box is in, so Black Box has made a mistake and has crashed on this lap. He's in to change a front wing. What tyres will he go for?
Yeah, let's see now. He has went for the hard tyre. He's in for a long stint to try and get back into this one.
So he feels Hazara's pace on the hard tyre is moderately okay, and he's going to opt for it. Back up to the battle up the front, though. It is still a stalemate. It is still Tim Wenting leading by about 8 tenths, 7 tenths, 6 tenths over Cameron, and Yogurt still 2 seconds behind. But they're the only 3 drivers now on the soft compound tyre. So strategy really going to play a crucial part, as I imagine Tim Wenting's just picked up a warning there for that corner cut. Strategy will play a crucial part in this Grand Prix now. Terror Racer is the closest man in the back in the medium pack, 6 tenths per second. Yeah, that was definitely a warning for Tim Wenting. It was a blatant corner cut for sure. Cameron, though, has lost time because of it, so it's a win-lose situation for Tim Wenting at the front of the pack.
Honestly, more pressure than for the rest of the race. Honestly,
Tim Wenting's in the pit lane. Tim Wenting is in the pit lane. Is this a front wing change, or is this just a very early stop? It is a front... No, it's just a tyre swap. Oh, he stopped! Oh no, sorry, apologies, just lag.
Yes, you always have that kind of lag in the F1 game.
Fleddy picked up a 3 seconds, but Tim Wenting is out of the pits and he's trying a very large undercut here for the 2-stop-2 work. Would this be why the soft tyres are slowing down? Would the soft tyres have died? Or is it still a bit too early?
Well, it depends on what they're doing. Honestly, if he thinks it can work, then all power to him.
Black Box picking up a 3-second time penalty. 3-second time penalties slowly starting to creep into this Grand Prix. They weren't very common in Portugal. They're going to be common here, folks. It is very difficult to keep it inside the white lines. Keep it on the black stuff, as they say. Here in Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Fun Gilles Villeneuve fact for you. First host an F1 race in 1982, but the first man to win a Canadian Grand Prix was the Canadian himself, Gilles Villeneuve, in 1978. random facts on PSGL F5 as Tactician is looking too close to gap on Ferreira.
About that 1978 race, it was so cold they had to actually have winter jackets on, and that's why.
Oh, here comes Mark. Apologies. Speaking of cold, Mark is not cold. The Spaniard has just gone past Fleddy. He's up to P8 now. Mark, he's doing well after last week. Of course, the disappointment. Oh no, he's not doing well as he's just spun and hit the wall, and that may be the biggest commentator's curse I've did in this series. Oh no. I apologise, Mark, but that is Mark around and into the wall. And I do apologise for the commentator's curse. It's a famous one. Mark has dropped to the back and will be in for a wing change. Cameron is flying on these softs. 4.1 seconds the gap behind to Yogurt. Wow. That's a big gap. As Lakitu is keeping up with Yogurt. He's caught up to Yogurt action. So could it just be poor pace from Yogurt, or could it be fast pace from Cameron? I imagine it's a mix of the both.
Yeah, interesting.
Yogurt's in.
Yeah, let's see.
He's struggling. That's why he's lost the time. SXT Yogurt, formerly Sync Yogurt, fourth man in the championship for McLaren, is in the pit lane. For a set of the mediums, it is a committed two-stop. For Yogurt, where's he going to come out? Behind him, Tim Wentink, presumably he is as Tactician, and Ferreira. Oh, something's happened, and Tactician's gone across the grass. So this could be a sneaky position for Yogurt if he can get out of the pit lane quick enough. Tactician was going for a move on WSO Ferreira, and they have made a bit of contact. Let's see, will Ferreira just let his teammate through? His teammate, of course, who was leading the Grand Prix before his pit stop. Ferreira does not want to hold him up. Ferreira will not hold him up, as it's not even really him letting him through. It's just he's had a crap corner, and Tim's got past. When is Cameron going to pit though? 5.6 seconds behind is the gap between him and Lakitu. He's going to pit the slap, I presume so, because he will have to cover the undercut. Nope, stays out for another one. Cameron doesn't care about what the others are doing. He's going to stick to his own strategy, stick to his ball game, and send it. Terror Racer very close behind Topia on the mediums. The medium runners all doing well for themselves in the lower pack. Sick Boy picking up a 3-second time penalty. That's a second time penalty for, oh my god, a Sick Boy. But this is Fleddy past our only hard runner. Sorry, our only hard runner from the start, Hazara. That is Fleddy past Hazara, picking up a podium last week. If this strategy can work today, if he can make it work, he could be in the runnings for a podium again, because a hard soft is probably a very nice strategy around here. I wouldn't really know, Brendan. Would the hards be much slower than the mediums? As here comes Tim Wentink.
Hard enough offline, a Sick Boy is out.
Oh, Sick Boy's out. That's retirement in the pit lane, presumably. But we are down now to 13 runners in this F5 race, and I believe Tim Wentink could have just picked up his second warning of the race through that corner.
I will check his warnings now. He has picked up a warning on lap 6, but not there.
Okay, not there, so he must have just about did enough. Cameron is in. We'll keep an eye on where Tim Wentink is. He has just passed Fleddy for P6. Lakitu takes the lead of this race. His first time leading this season. Well done, Lakitu. I'm not going to say anything positive because I cursed your teammate. There's Tim Wentink. Keep an eye on the track map. Here's Cameron. There's Tim. Tim is well past, but just remember Cameron does not have to do turn number 1. There's Tim Wentink going through turn 1. He's well clear of Cameron. And he has Hazara, he has Fleddy, and he's his teammate Ferreira in between the pair. That is a fantastic strategical decision from Tim Wentink. Yogurt is right behind Cameron. 1.3 seconds back, apologies, and he does now have that 3-second time penalty. So Cameron still in an okay position. Lakitu picking up himself a penalty. Cameron is going to dispatch Tim Wentink's teammate fairly quickly. He's up to P8 now. Great move from Cameron.
Yeah, good move. So obviously you need to get them done. That is the main thing out of all this. And he's got a little bit to catch up to Tim Wentink. No, see, he'll have the fresher tires.
Tim Wenting going to get past Bjorn now. Bjorn in the Alfa Romeo was one of our medium starters, as that's Terror Racer past top your team for second spot. So a good bit of fighting. That is Tim Wenting well past Bjorn now. He's looking good, here's Tim Wenting. He's had a little scrape of the Water Champions. Fleddy in the pits. This will only help Cameron, but Fleddy is the first of our medium runners. Yogurt says the fast lap of the race on the mediums, actually. Fleddy has gone for the soft, so he's doing a medium soft is Fleddy. I think he's put a bit too early for that, unless he's doing a medium soft medium, Brendan.
You'd have to wonder. See, he's only done 11 laps, like, maybe medium soft medium might be the way he's going.
Oh, Yogurt sending it up the inside of WSO Ferreira. That's a great move from Yogurt, I have to say. He has sent it there. That's fantastic driving. I'll let you continue, Brendan.
Yeah, well, see, you have to wonder, why did he hit that early? Like, the only reason I would fathom is that he just wants to maybe do medium, soft, medium, or try camera for a safety car, as I seem to have a beautiful camera angle here. Or, well, a different one from Yogurt, just heading out with a hairpin.
Tim Wenting has just picked up a penalty there, by the way. That could come in absolutely crucial. Here comes Yogurt down the inside of Hazara. It's going to be an easy enough move into the chicane, and yes, it is. Yogurt has got 2 in 1 lap. He is on a hunt to catch up to the man who nabbed his win in Portugal. Cameron Dowds just in front. Yogurt versus Cameron is a battle I absolutely will never say no to. That is for sure. While the race is settling down, let's have another Circuit Gilles Villeneuve fun fact, shall we? Well, let's have a PSGL F5 fun fact. Cameron has finished on the podium in 7 of 9 races this season. There you go, folks. That is consistency at its finest. The only 2 races he did not finish in the podium were the Netherlands, and I'm going to be honest, I can't remember the other one because I didn't write it down on my notepad. But he didn't finish at the podium in another one.
China or something? I don't know.
China, yes, I wasn't here for China, that's why I didn't realise, but he didn't finish on the podium in China, and he didn't finish on the podium in Zandvoort. That race, he was killed by Terror Racer on the final lap. Of course, it wasn't really Terror Racer's fault, but he was involved in the incident. Speaking of Terror Racer, not gapping top your team just yet. He's still in second space, but Cameron Dowds is now up to 5th spot. He's just past Bjorn. Yogurt is going to be on the hunt to get Bjorn now, as Cameron is now behind Tim Wenting, 1.4 seconds behind. Tim hasn't did enough, in my opinion, if he wants to hold back this flying Red Bull for the remainder of the stint. As Ferreira has actually got past Hazara. Hazara starting to fall a little bit more on these hard compound tyres, with the mediums kicking into play. Although Hazara is looking for a move from Ferreira, so maybe I will be stood corrected, as he has picked himself up a 3-second time penalty. Tapia is close. Oh, sorry, apologies. Yogurt is close to Bjorn. He's very close to Bjorn. In fact, he could go for a move into Lepingle, which is the hairpin, of course, here in Gilles Villeneuve. Remember, Nigel Mansell celebrating at that hairpin at the penultimate lap, just for his car to break down the next time he went round.
Yeah, no, he went so slow that he actually managed to end up making the car basically fall asleep.
That is stupidity at its finest. Lakitu is into the pits on the mediums. He has had enough leading at the front and will let Terror Racer take the reins. Lakitu is going for another set of the mediums. It is a medium soft for Lakitu. He has dropped himself down to 9th spot, but he will have much fresher tyres than Hazara in front, and Ferreira and Bjorn and everybody, because he's just pit Evan. That was very illogical from me, but you know what I mean. Well. Tapia and Terror Racer, the 2 Dutchies, still doing a good job at the top of this grid, I would have to say, in 1st and 2nd, keeping a good gap, but Tim Wenting has already pit and he's 1.8 seconds behind. Cameron, who we thought Tim had managed to get a good gap on, is in the DRS of the Alpha Terry. It is a Dutch 1-3. 1-2-3, apologies.
Yeah. Oh well.
Cameron is so good on the second stint, is what I'm just realising, because he was sat behind Tim Wenting in the first one, and he's really close up, unless it's dirty air, and he's going to struggle. But Cameron has just been fantastic all season, and has won most of his races by his performance on the second stint. Most races are a one stop on this game, so the second stint obviously being his final stint, which is where he's caught up on guys, he's just sat behind and waited for them to make a mistake, he's just waited for the perfect opportunity. He's doing really well in that Red Bull this season.
Yeah, that is...
Hazara going for the move here. Hazara and Ferreira, big fight. Hazara's tyres starting to kick in. Down the inside goes the Aston Martin. You can see the gap bleed. And we clocked down to him and he was going around the outside. Splendid move from FNR Hazara. But I wouldn't say it's over yet, because here comes the K2 on the flying mediums. He's past Ferreira. He's going to be trying to get past Hazara and get himself up to 7th spot. Trying to catch Bjorn and Yogurt in front. He was 1 second behind Yogurt.
Side into the bingle.
Oh, this is close. That's good racing. That is fantastic racing from them both. But Lakitu's got the exit, and yes, he has. He's in front. So that is great racing from Hazara as well. Fantastic defending and great racing etiquette to leave the space on the outside. Really good stuff from Hazara, and Lakitu now is up to P7 in this Canadian Grand Prix. Really good stuff.
Yeah, that is really good stuff.
As Ferreira and Hazara having another fight. Ferreira goes back down the inside, but he's made a mistake. And this will allow Hazara back through. Ferreira will just have to settle and try and catch up again. He's lost almost 2 seconds to the Aston Martin. Not good from WSO Ferreira. As Cameron is now 0.2 of a second behind Tim Wenting. Look how close these two are now. Cameron could go for a move any moment. But Tim Wenting now has his buddy top of your team and his buddy Terrorizer. I say buddies because they're all Dutchies. What was it, the Jamie Vardy quote? It was Danish friends. He has Dutchy friends in front. I can't believe I've just dropped the Jamie Vardy quote into the stream, Brendan, but I have. Cameron is right on the back of Tim Wenting, and he'll be wanting to make a move, but Tim will be getting DRS, and he'll be getting slipstream from the cars in front. But here comes Cameron out to the outside. He's gonna go. Is Tim gonna defend the outside? No, he's gonna defend. Oh, they make contact! Oh, contact! And there's a massive collision. Cameron has somehow got through. Yogurt has snuck through. Toppy has spun. Tim Wenting has spun and has big front wing damage. But it's all gone wrong. At turn 1, a casual overtake has gone wrong. I'm looking at the race replay here, and yeah, I don't know what's happened there. But Bjorn is now up to 5th. And Yogurt is now in a good position in this race. What? That is crap. What's gone wrong there? That is mental. This is absolutely fantastic racing. Tim Wenting has front wing damage, and he's now behind Lakitu. It's all gone wrong for Tim Wenting. Look, he has no left end plate, and he's going to have to box. What tyres does he go on, Brendan? Hards?
Mediums probably, and just hope. Or maybe the hards.
Maybe, but Yogurt now is in a good position in this Grand Prix, despite having that penalty he's gaining on Cameron. In fairness, I'm surprised Terrorizer hasn't pit yet. He's definitely going for a 1-stop here, surely, Randall. Because there's no way he's going to do 2 stops after this one. We're over halfway through the race, almost. Tim Wenting is in the pit lane. He's gone for the medium compound tyres. Yep, there it is. Medium's on. Let's see where he can crawl himself back up to after a controversial collision with championship leader Cameron. Yogurt, though, is not doing the amount of catching he was directly after the incident, so Cameron may be settling himself back into a rhythm. He also does have to try and find a way to get past Terrorizer in P1. We'll wait to see what the young Briton can do here to dispatch what is realistically slow traffic in front of him.
Yeah.
Here he goes, though. Gonna get the exit, surely. He's passed on this straight. Surely it's not even a contest. Yep, well clear. Well done, Cameron. He has steered clear of the Alpine. The Alpine, will he come to the pits this lap then? No, gonna stay out and possibly lose the position to Yogurt, who's picked up a second time penalty. And that's not going to help his chances. Top your team and Lakitu, or sorry, apologies, it was Lakitu on Bjorn who made the move. Top your team still has not pit yet. It is a one stop for the two Dutchies of Terror Racer and of Top your team. But will they be going for the softs, I imagine, will they?
Yeah, probably softs.
Probably softs, says Random. We'll wait and see what they do. We have almost 15 laps remaining. It's been a good race so far, but it will be spicing up as look how close Yogurt is to Terror Racer. Cameron, of course, got past Terror Racer, but Yogurt still has to do it. But he's got picked up another warning there. Surely this isn't good for Yogurt. He needs to slow down on the penalties if he wants to win races. Yogurt is not close enough to size of a move. He may size up one into the chicane, but that'll be about it. He is not close enough to size one up into the chicane. We'll have to wait and see what he can do. He's gonna get him on this straight, possibly. No, he cannot get him on this straight. Bjorn has passed Top your team. Oh, Top is in the pits now. Finally, is he gonna go for a set of softs to the end? Yes, he is. He's going to try to do 15. It's a bold strategy. It's a very bold strategy for Top your team. Do you think that's the correct call, Brendan?
Don't really know. It's risky.
It is risky. He's going to be quick, but it is certainly risky in the long run. As here comes Yoga trying to get past Terror Racer into Lepingle. We're seeing. No, cannot get past. He will surely get past on the main straight. Yeah, he's got a good exit. Surely he has the Alpine here. Down the inside goes SXT Yogurt, but the Alpine defends, and look, just behind them is the Williams of Lakitu catching up slowly but surely. Terror Racer stays out and does another lap.
Another lap. What can he do? Obviously, he's on 20 lap, but Williams hasn't pit yet, really, I think. So, yeah, he's probably just gonna go for the softs and try to get himself to the end.
Yeah, there's let's see, Hazara still battling away on his hard tyres. Tim Wenting now setting the fast lap of the race, but Hazara is still battling away on his hard compound tyres. While the race has settled down, it's time for another GLTV on a fun fact with Evan. As Yogurt's now at 9 seconds of penalties and has no hope of winning this Canadian Grand Prix as long as Cameron's in front of him, because the gap is now huge. 2011, longest Formula 1 race. Tim Wenting has passed Tactician. Yeah, 2011, the longest Formula 1 race. You knew that. Here's a fun fact. One of the only circuits in the world to host both an F1 and a NASCAR Xfinity race. It's not held, I think it's held a cup race as well. I don't really follow NASCAR, so I don't know, but the fact said it was one of the only circuits in the world to host an F1 and an Xfinity race. Yogurt's in for his second stop of the day. Softs, I imagine, to the end here, Brent.
I would imagine.
No, it's mediums. It's mediums. It's an interesting call. It's a very interesting call.
Yeah.
He's come out just in front of Ferreira and but Topy's passed Ferreira. Is he going to get Yogurt as well, or is he? No, Yogurt's well clear, but Topy's going quick on these softs, I have to say. He's going to be one to watch in the later stages of this race. Yellow flag, sector 3. I don't have a clue who that is, in all honesty. Could have been Tactician, quite possibly. As Tim Wenting picks up a second time penalty, as Yogurt has got straight past Hazara, whose tyres must be dead at this point. They have really struggled as of recent, and he should really come in and get them changed as soon as possible. Lakitu has got past Terror Racer. Terror Racer's finally opted for the pit lane for a fresh set of soft compound tires. He's going to be fast in this race, because you have to remember he won't drop as far back as Tapia, because Tapia did get that penalty. No, not penalty, apologies, he had that spin. So we'll see where TerraRacer can come out in relation to the pack. I imagine it will be behind Tapia anyways, or it could be in front if he sneaks out. There is Ferreira. Tapia team has passed, but he's got out just in front of Ferreira, so it'll be him, and it will be Tapia team going for the no stop. The no stop. The no stop.
The what? The no stop.
The no stop. Who was I even
2005?
Who was I even talking about?
Oh well. The no stop.
My brain is genuinely faded. I don't even know who I was on about. But here comes Tapia round there. I'm actually worried about that.
Like, I mean, it's dry. Unless it became wet all of a sudden.
The no stop. What? I don't know. What was I actually? My God! Bjorn's did 22 laps on a set of mediums, which is an odd one. Tim Wentink has passed his team. The no stop. Hazara. Oh, the sweet relief he must get into the pit lane.
Affecting you a lot later.
He's only gone for the mediums. He's gone for the mediums. Is that Ferreira in? It is Ferreira in. He's did the same number of laps.
Fairly conservative about tyre wear.
Bjorn's in third spot. Can he go to the end on the no stop? No, he's pit. He has made a pit stop. He just made it on lap 1, I believe. Or has he actually even made a pit stop? No, he hasn't, so he genuinely has to pit. So he is on the no stop. He is on the no stop as of now. The Esteban Ocon. I can't believe I started going on about a no. I was waffling away. Cameron is into the pit lane. Could Lakitu realistically go to the end here? Oh no, he started on medium, so he has to pit. Cameron is on the softs. He's going to fly away from Yogurt if Yogurt can even get past. It would surprise me if he can, because Cameron has been really quick. There's Cameron. Yogurt is past, but remember, Cameron doesn't have to do turn 1. This is going to be close on the exit. There's Yogurt. There's Cameron. Side by side on the exit of the pit lane. It is Yogurt who's true, but Cameron is going to be really quick on these soft compound tyres, and unless we get some sort of safety car, he is on course for a race win here in Canada. His God only knows how many of the season. Mark has picked up a penalty. Mark is down in 12th and is not doing a good job of things here after I completely commentated the curse. Here comes Cameron. He's going to go to the inside. This is a tricky move. They're going to be side by side. Oh, fantastic racing from Ecos Cameron Dowds. He is up to second spot. That is a great move from Cameron. And I can't really see Yogurt fighting this one back because he is on older tyres. And would you say it's Cameron for the win now?
Yeah, it looks like, well, there's no reason for him not to win, really.
As Lakitu is now in the pit lane. Let's see where Lakitu can come out.
Yeah, I don't think it'll affect the race win anyway. But it'll probably be behind Tim Wentink.
Yeah, probably.
Or actually, it might be fairly close here. I think it might be ahead.
Here we go. We're on board with Tim Wentink in the AlphaTauri. There's the Lakitu on.
Actually ahead of TerraRacer.
He's got TerraRacer. It's a side by side here. Lakitu, he's got him. Fantastic move. Tink Yogurt now has 12 seconds worth of time penalties. There it is. So Lakitu could be in a good spot to take a podium here.
Lakitu has penalties of his own.
He only has 3 seconds though, which is a lot less. Tapia's in a good spot now. Tapia's in a very good spot actually. In third spot, he's only 2.5 seconds behind, but he just has to limp them tyres home to the end. Yeah. Which will be a tricky task.
It is all to play for here. Yogurt is track position, but the penalties. I'll say Tapia team has, well, has the best track position without a penalty, but with the oldest tyres really. And the Kisu has the freshest tyres, but doesn't have track position and has one penalty.
There goes Top Yet. Here's 3 penalty. Yeah, he's picked that up obviously in the last chicane as Cameron sets the fastest lap of the race. At 27 to 35 here in F5, there is not much of a battle for the race win, which is fantastic news for Cameron. In terms of his championship, he might could have almost wrapped this up almost. I'll get my trusty calculator, which is just my phone calculator, out for this one.
Oh, sorry, your voice thing went out for a sec.
Did it? Am I back now?
Yeah, you're back to me now.
I'm back with a bang. Cameron, hold on, how many points is it left in... It's still 5 races left in fairness, and there is 17. Do you get a point for fastest lap? Yes, you do. 17 points available. Yeah, there's still plenty of points. Cameron has not wrapped this one up just yet. But, I mean, logical sense says yes, he almost has at this point, because he is leading the PSGL F5 Championship by 38 points over Tactician, who surely will be losing that spot soon to Terror Racer and to Yogurt, because Tactician is on a very poor run of form. Very poor run of form. As Cameron has broken DRS now, so Yogurt's going very quickly actually. He's pulled 4.5 seconds to Topia, who's going to find himself under threat from Lakitu. Terror Racer could also be in a good spot. He's no penalties here, and he's on the back of this train. Is my voice gone again, Brendan? Or can you hear me?
No. I was just checking standings.
I have the standings written beside me. I am prepared this week once again. Oh! What's happened, Topia? Lakitu sent it into Lepinkel. What has happened, Topia there? I've missed that one, I'm going to be honest. I was looking down at my notes. But it looks like Lakitu's gone for this. He's gone for the inside. He easily passed. Terror Racer could even look for a move soon as Lakitu weaves back in front of Topia. Lakitu now onto the podium.
Terror Racer looks like he is in the best position now. His tires aren't that bad.
He'll also get Yogurt on penalties.
Yeah. So it could be from P5 to P2, and that would be some leap.
That's what he needs for the championship. He is third in the championship, so he could do with this points leap. Most certainly, once he can keep it clean and keep no penalties, he will get the points leap. If he gets a penalty, he will be stuck. Unfortunately, he will be stuck. Yeah, he'll be stuck behind these both. Here is the penalties. Actually, it is 12 for Yogurt, 3 for Lakitu, 3 for Topia. 6 for Tim Wentink, 3 for Fleddy, 9 for Hazara, 3 for Tactician, 3 for Mark.
Keep in mind there might be an investigation for that incident between Tim and Cameron.
There might be. Is this the yellow flag? That is Mark out of this Grand Prix. That is Mark out, so we are down to 11 runners in F5. We've had no actual on-track DNFs. It's all been in the pit lane. 5 laps to go. A safety car would really spice things up now, wouldn't it? As here comes Terror Racer to try and make a move on Thomas Mengens in front. He's going to try... No, can't try the outside. He will have to stick behind until the next best overtaking opportunity, as Yogurt is now on 15 seconds of penalties. He could be getting disqualified soon. That would be very embarrassing.
No, I don't think you get disqualified this way. Usually you have to be at least in the 20s for that. And also probably depends on how quickly you get them. It's probably like 30 seconds of penalties is usually around the mark where disqualification starts to become imminent.
Yeah, it's not good though to be picking up 15 seconds of penalties in a one league race. You're going to drop like a stone, especially if there's a safety car. He will drop out of the points, most certainly. He'll drop the last, most certainly, if there is a safety car. Here comes Terror Racer though, to the outside to make a move on Thomas Mengens for P4. It is fairly straightforward for Terror Racer. He has got the job done, heading on to lap 31. As the gap at the front it just doesn't really matter because Yogurt will drop to currently 17.6 seconds behind Cameron Dowds. And where will he drop actually? We'll have a look now. We'll get the gap to leader. So he has 15 seconds. He will drop down to P7 almost. He needs to keep up good pace here if he does want to salvage something.
Yeah.
Tapia is starting to struggle on those softs. I think he's realising he made a bad choice going for them. He will have to do a lot of tyre conservation.
Yeah, I wonder if you get a puncture.
Yeah, he could. That would throw a spanner in the works in terms of this race result. It would throw a brick in terms of Tapia's race result himself. That's an analogy I've never said before. A brick in the race result. Okay.
Spanner in the works, I guess. That always works.
Spanner in the works in terms of the race result. A brick in Tapia's result. There we go. That's an evanism right there. The gap at the front, 3.3 seconds. And I've ran out of Gilles Villeneuve facts, unfortunately, to read for you folks. I'll have to get some more.
I was going to say a fact. Remember, around halfway through the race start in 1978, this race was held in the winter, or towards the late autumn, like most American races, and it was the coldest race in Formula 1 history. There's a reason.
There's a fun fact. There's a fun fact, folks. Didn't have that one written on my notes. There is a very fun fact. A fun PSGL F5 fun fact for you is Vengeance last week, racing at 5 AM, became the man to race at the earliest time in the morning in PSGL F5 history. It's not a fun fact in the slightest, it's fairly obvious, but he raced at 5 in the morning as he was an Australian. As you can tell, he's not back this week. For obvious reasons, he needed a bit of sleep. He's still recovering. I've just seen a comment that obviously will not be shown in the comments, but that is madness from Felix Brown. That is, I can't repeat that. It's not showing on my laptop screen, but I love my PSGL F5 fun facts. There's not very many of them, as Fleddy has picked up a 3-second time penalty. It has been the most exciting race for sure, Brendan. What's your thoughts on it so far?
You haven't heard that much happen, but it's been... You had your moments, and I'd say that, well, hopefully, provided I get a bit of luck, I'll be here for most of the races to end this season.
Well, we do have a break week next week. I can run you through the calendar. I have it written beside me on the infamous notepad from today. We break week in between now and Japan, round 11. A break week between Japan and Mexico. And then we do have the United States of America. We have Azerbaijan and we have Brazil to round off the season. Azerbaijan will be a great race, Brazil will be a great race, America, Mexico and Japan, all prospects of great races. But unfortunately, Canada hasn't been the most interesting in the world, but Tapia team is still keeping with Terror Racer, but does have that penalty. Penultimate lap of the race, Cameron is on course for a handy win here, and 16 more points for his championship.
Yeah, so after this result, see, you have a break week given the US Grand Prix on, it's going to affect...
it's going to affect the Sunday tiers, because the Grand Prix starts at 8 PM.
For most Europeans, obviously, in
yes,
America,
apologies for British time. It starts at 8 PM. For the Dutchies, the Europeans, 9 PM. Qualifying
9 p.m.
for the US Grand Prix starts at 10 PM British time, and it starts at 11 PM. European time, of course, in America, that's during the day, although I don't think we get many American viewers here in PSGL F5. Yeah, but if we do, you have a nice during the day Grand Prix for once, as Tapia has picked up a 3-second time penalty. Lakitu, it says on my screen, is 0.2 of a second behind Sink Yogurt. That is not true. He's not quite 0.2 of a second behind. He's more about a second behind, although he's gaining quickly. But there was a couple of delta breaks as Tapia has desynced to the back. So has Terror Racer, actually.
And also,
there we go, it's fixed now.
Next race, obviously, after your break week will be Japan, followed by another break week for the Mexican Grand Prix, I think.
Yeah, there's an F1 esports something or other happening in between.
Also as well,
Japan
for event 3. Is it?
Yoga's
Yeah,
disconnect. No, he hasn't. Yoga's lagging all over the place. This is going to allow Lakitu to get a bit of an advantage because Yoga could easily disconnect here on the final lap of the Canadian Grand Prix. Yoga's tyres have dropped off majorly, and Lakitu is going to take P2 in this race. It's a season's best result for Lakitu in the Williams. He is going to win this race, but it won't be the most exciting last lap that we have had. We'll keep an eye on Lakitu getting past Yogurt, but Cameron Dowds will come through the final chicane. Why don't you tap that wall of champions a little bit, Cameron? It could bring you a bit of luck for the rest of the season. Lakitu was passed, but Cameron Dowds pulls too. He's slowed down. Look at the confidence in this young man's face. He slides it across the line and wins the Canadian Grand Prix. Lakitu second. Yogurt is going to drop. Terror Racer finishes second, actually. He does get Lakitu, top you fourth. Yogurt will drop sixth. Will Bjorn get him as well? He may well do. Tactician's on the wet tyres, I've just noticed that. Bjorn goes to fifth. Will Hazara even get Yogurt here? I don't think so. Yogurt finishes seventh. Fleddy will finish in ninth. Ferreira could get a spot here. He doesn't have a penalty. Ferreira goes up to about 8th spot there as Tactician finishes on the wets. But that is it. That is F5 here in Canada. It was a decent race. We don't really get Monaco sort stalemates here in F5, but the collision between Tim Wenting and Cameron really put a dampener on things. But there is your race winner, Cameron, once again in F5. He waited so long for that first win, and since then he has stormed everybody else out of the blocks.
Well, here we go. So, we're making more races, and is that the championship sealed, or we're still...
No, that's definitely not the championship sealed. Still 85 points after this one to play for.
Oh yeah, 17 by 5, 85 points. But you are getting fairly close to it being sealed. Maybe one or two mistakes for the people behind Cameron from it being sealed.
The man behind Cameron after this one is surely going to be Terror Racer, because Tactician has had another no points race, which is disappointing from Tactician, the finishman in the Ferrari. But there's your race results. Cameron Dowds wins the Grand Prix in Red Bull, taking the fastest lap and another 17 points. Terror Racer finishes in second, Lakitu finishes in third, Tapia in fourth, Bjorn finishes in fifth, Tim Wenting finishes in sixth, Yogurt seventh, Ferreira in eighth, Hazara ninth, Fleddy 10th, Tactician 11th. The non-finishers, Mark Blackbox, oh my god, it's Sick Boy and the man, and the final non-finish was Bugatti, of course. He retired very early in this race, unfortunately, but I'd love to know what happened with Tapia, because if you can see in the bottom left, he's going on a right rant in the game chat. Brendan, any final words about this one?
About there's probably one incident investigated. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah,
we'll have to see what happens between Cameron and Tim Wenting, but I think it is a certain win for Cameron, because I can't see him getting a 10-second penalty for something.
Yeah, hardly.
Didn't look like it was Cameron's fault, really, on my screen.
Unless there was something drastic or some evidence comes out. So yeah. So interesting race, and hopefully I will be back. I'll see. I think I'll have more. My time will be freed up by then. So yeah.
But that is it for F5, because it doesn't look like we're moving off this race results screen. Thank you all so much for watching. We do hope you do join us in Japan. No race next week, but we will be back in Japan. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you next time.